Hey friends, this is the Ram Man here, and I just wanted to make a brief video well, we have a client now that's having a little bit of trouble, and this is to help out future people. Let me set these Chevrolet locking hubs to the side. As far as I know, we are the only ones on the planet, once again, that sells a rear disc brake kit for that mid-80s, 90s, a larger bolt pattern, 5 on 5.5, for the rears of some of these Dodge trucks, Trail Dusters, Ram Chargers, and stuff like that. Once again, as far as I know, we are the only ones in the world that offer this kit. And it's been out about, I don't know, probably almost 10 years now. And it's really become important because those parts are obsolete. They've really become obsolete in the last 10 years. And we're actually, whereas before, 1 or 2 of these a year, now it's reached a point where it's 1 or 2 a month. So, it's really, really increased. And of course, we send this sheet with it, talking about some specialties that we've done, about some variations, maybe needing to do a little bit of grinding, and exactly what we're using, why, blah, 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 like usually I do. So what we do is that hat height and everything working together, we use that Ford F-150 rotor. And what we have to do is see those 9 1/4, those are large flanges. You have to have a larger flange for a larger bolt pattern. And here is one of those typical axles. Well, that Ford F-150 rotor, nothing, I'm going to say it again, nothing slides on without some modification. And the Ford F-150 was the closest. And we get that and we take it out of the box, and we still have to open this up as much as possible. We open it up as far as we can, maintaining the wall integrity on the hat. That's part of the machine work that we have to do so that it slips on. Now, on some, I'm going to tell you, so here's one of your typical axle shafts, 5 on 5.5 out of a 9 1/4, like what we're talking about, Mopar rear end. Now, this is your pattern. This is where your rotor centers. This is what centers your wheel. The outside of this has nothing to do with anything that's applicable. Now, on about half of them, the rotor barely slips on or is very close. This axle was made for a long, long time, the 9 1/4 axle. Long, long time. If you believe that all these flanges are identical, what I mean by that is within about, on a forging like that, what I mean about that is I mean about 20 or 30 thousandths. Anything in between there on a forging or whatever would be considered identical. Not in machine parts, but in forged and cast parts, them are identical parts, because they got to do some machining. On some vehicles, clients need to take a grinder, an angle grinder, and just grind down the outside of this just a little bit so that the rotor does fit. Now, grinding the outside of the flange has no bearing on how the rotor centers or how the wheel centers, because the wheels center on the studs. That is design. That's the way older buggies used to do it. Nowadays we have hub-centered stuff, where the wheels and rotors fit snug around these registers. There's a rotor register on this Chevrolet hub, and there's the wheel register. And that's how they center today. And so, that's our little briefing. Fear not, don't worry. Do your nice little job, spin it around. Might take 10 minutes, and you're off and running. And that's all you got to do. Like I said, it's been out about 10 years. Quantity's really ramped up. Kate even knows better than I do. And I'll put it to you this way. We have never had a client that has been unsuccessful in installing the 5-on-5.5 kit. Let me repeat that for the people that have raging kids in the background and might not have heard me. We have never had a client that has been unsuccessful installing this kit. God bless you, God bless America, and happy Mopar. Bye.